and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another Flashback pen review, and this is of a pen that I bought, I want to say it was around 7 years ago. I'm just double checking. It was exactly 7 years ago. So this is a pen that I really do like. It's the pen called the Conway Stewart, and this is the Churchill in the blue Stardust. You can see there's nothing here on the cap finial or the blind cap, but it is in this very striking blue Stardust material that does sparkle. It's also very pearlescent with areas of darkness there, but you can see on the body here it really is quite captivating. I've got this in the red Stardust. I got that one first, and then I got this one in the blue Stardust. And I have to say I really do like this. You can see the Conway Stewart clip here, the original clip, and if I unscrew the cap, you'll see it has a number 6 size. This is a Yovo nib, 18 karat gold nib, and it's got the flag nib on it. Now the flag laser inscription there is from Bespoke British Pens, who, when Conway Stewart closed their doors, a few years went by, then some guys created Bespoke British Pens, and then they took on the mantle and continued the Conway Stewart name. They started doing the branding as flag or Bespoke British Pens. That's why there's a flag on the nib, a Union Jack. That's the UK flag. But since then, they've actually gone back to using Conway Stewart as the name. You'll see Conway Stewart on the more modern nibs. You can post this cap, but it makes it a huge wand. You really don't need to or don't want to post that cap. It's a decent size in my hand, as you can see here. It really is a decent size. The Churchill model is quite a large nib or large pen, number 6 size nib. You do have a cartridge converter. That is the same with all, well, I believe most Conway Stewart modern pens. I don't think they do eyedropper now. They don't do piston or vac filling pens that I'm aware of. It just is a cartridge converter. At least that's what I've seen anyway. But the guys at Bespoke British Pens, or Conway Stewart now, as they are now known in the UK, you can reach out to them. Although this was a limited edition pen or a special edition pen, you can still reach out to them at conwaystewart.com and actually ask them if it is possible to make another pen out of this material. They don't keep stock of this material, the blue Stardust, but you can ask them. They will let you know if they can or cannot get hold of the rods. I think normally they probably have maybe a dozen or so rods at any one time. So yeah, reach out to them if this is a pen that you kind of like the look of. You could also get a pen made in a different size or a different model if you so wished. But for me, the Churchill is about the right size. So I think with that, we'll do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in gold, a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in silver. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition Le Petit Prince Aviator Solitaire Duet. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Brothers Grimm. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle 1902 edition. We have a Conway Stewart Churchill Blue Stardust. We have a Montblanc Writer's Edition Jules Verne, a Montblanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Robert Louis Stevenson. We have a Magna Carta Mag 600 in the Azure, and we have an Anoto, and this is the University of Oxford. So, I think let's do a writing sample. So this is the Conway Stewart, and it's the Churchill with an I, and it's the blue Stardust, and it's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. It's a Yovo nib. The ink in here today is Diamine, and it's China Blue. And I think if we look at line variation, we are getting about a Western medium, I would say. I can push it a little bit harder. You might get towards a broad, but this nib is not flexible. So even though they used to actually say that this was the flex nib or flexible nib, it really isn't. Now, if you do some more lines, vertical lines here, you'll see there's no hard starts or skips going on, which is quite good. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. You can see it's quite a wet nib. It's not a fire hose nib though, but it's wet enough. You can see that in that ink there. So what do I like? What do I not like? Well, I bought this pen about 7 years ago, and I still have it in my collection. I have sold pens over the last 7 or 8 years, but this was one of my earlier pens that I bought in the first year of collecting, and I have to say that I really do like this pen. I don't write with it as much as I should because I've got 300 plus pens. However, I do try to get it out now and again and ink it up and write with it. I love that it's a Conway Stewart pen. I love that it's a Churchill model. And I love this blue Stardust material. It really is a wonderful material. I do prefer the red Stardust more than the blue Stardust. That's the only thing that I would say here. Maybe it's not a dislike. It's just if you handed me the red Stardust or the blue Stardust, I would go and pick. If I wanted to buy the pen again, I would buy the red Stardust. But I'd already had the red Stardust and I wanted a blue Stardust, so I bought the blue Stardust. That's really the only thing I would say, is that it's a very dark blue and it's not as inviting maybe as maybe the red Stardust is. There's nothing really that I dislike about the pen. I love the size. I like that it's a cartridge converter pen. I love that it's British made and it's made to a high standard as well by Conway Stewart or Bespoke British Pens, depending on who you want to call them. It really is a nice pen, and I'm glad that I have it in my collection. Would I sell this pen at some point? I'm not sure. I think I'd kick myself if I did, because I know that I wouldn't sell the red Stardust. The blue Stardust, I'm on the fence with, but I think I'd kick myself because I know that, as far as I'm aware, that the Stardust material was only in red and blue. So I probably wouldn't sell this pen. It's a nice pen and I do love writing with it. It's got an 18 karat gold Yovo nib on it, so I like it from that perspective. So there you have it. That's my flashback review of the Conway Stewart Churchill Blue Stardust in a medium 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.